Hello, this is Static from nukedgaming.info, and this is the first video in our CD-ROM console emulation series. So today we're going to give you a quick start tutorial on ePSXe. So let's just go ahead and get started. Go ahead and open up Firefox or Internet Explorer. If you really are in emulation, I'm pretty sure you use Firefox. ePSXe is the most compatible and capable PlayStation 1 emulator in terms of both hardware and game compatibility. So what we're going to do is go ahead and go to nukedgaming.info/board. If you do go to our website, you will be redirected to our forums. What we've done here at nukedgaming.info is create an all-in-one PSX package with both BIOS and all plugins for both 1.6 and 1.52. You can take a look at our forums, register, have fun, and our guide section is where you'll find the file. Go to the ePSXe guide and that IO. Go down to the attachment, download the attachment, save it wherever you like. I've already downloaded it and decompressed it because the first time I did this video, it caused my audio and video to get out of sync. Okay. You will open up PSXe 1.6 first. We will run through the configuration wizard guide because this generally will open your first time you run ePSXe. We will use the US BIOS. And we will use Pete's 3D3 driver 1.76. We'll go ahead and configure that. If you're going to go full screen, make sure it's the same resolution as your monitor. I will be using 32-bit because my graphics card can handle it. If you have a lower end graphics card, use 16-bit. I will be using window size today to show you just for demonstration purposes. Texture quality is a R8 G8. Because I have enough RAM, I have a gig of RAM, so if you have that much, you should be able to run it. Various other options for your RAM needs. We do have texture filtering. I'm using number 2 because I don't want to slow down. That's the standard right there. You generally will not notice any slowdowns with this. I am using 32 virtual RAM because I have a 64 graphics card, but I'm going to use 32 just to be safe. We'll limit the FPS, and I'll auto-detect that so I don't got to worry about it. For off-screen drawing, I'm going to be using extended. It's a little more resource intensive, but it's nice, and it's a good balance between using too much resources and having the best looking screen. So we're going to go ahead and do that. That's average. That's the middle of the road right there. And I'm going to be using hardware because I have a capable graphics card. You can use software if your graphics card is accelerated or none. I've never seen anyone use that, so use it at your own risk. For our frame buffer textures, I'm going to be using black because the game I'm using does not have very many special effects. And very few games do. So our frame buffer access, I will be using the graphics card buffer because my graphics card can handle it. If you do not think your graphics card can do this, I would recommend doing one or the other. So you can do the emulated VRAM if you have enough RAM on your computer. It does work for most games, but like I said, this is the safe mode. We will select Alpha Multipass, and down to our miscellaneous settings, we do have scan lines. If you're nostalgic and want this to look like it did on your first tube TV in your bedroom, go ahead. Otherwise, I do not suggest this. Only thing I will be using today is color dithering. You can select these as you wish. Okay, we will test it. Everything working properly. We'll move on to our sound configuration. Nothing to be configured. Alright, sounds good. Go ahead and test that. And everything's working fine. Next, we will use the PSXe CDR WinNT in 2000 1.5.2 for our CD-ROM. We will go ahead and configure that at a later time. Okay, we're configured. Now we will come down to our sound and ensure that the PCM sound is on, the CDDA sound is on, and the XA sound is on. Very few games will need the IRQ hack, so let's just leave that off for now. And there we go. For our CD-ROM, to configure this, use this if you are if you're mounting images on a virtual drive using alcohol or daemon tools, and select your virtual drive. Otherwise, we will not need that. Next, we will go down to our gamepad. Your gamepad is configured by you the way you want it to, based on your controller. ePSXe is compatible with any direct input controller, so any controller that works right when you plug it in will work on eXPS. I do use the StayTech P2600 right here. I do have an older version, not as many shiny lights and stuff, but the layout's exactly the same. It's great for SNES, Genesis, and Saturn control emulation. So not perfect for PlayStation 1 emulation due to the fact it only has one trigger. But there we go. We'll go ahead and choose a game to run now that we're all set up. I think we prefer to run Bloody Roar. There we go. I will not be playing the game due to the slowdown that the screen capture causes me. So I will be posting gameplay image videos later. So look for those, and here we go. Everything's loading up perfect. Alright, now I will show you the difference between ePSX 1.6 and 1.52. Everything is configured exactly the same. You can go through the wizard guide, or you can go through the menu and configure them one at a time. Everything here is configured in both video, sound, and CD, because we did that for you. If we go here to check it out, and the difference is when you're done configuring 1.5, you do have to restart the emulator for it to take effect. And that is the quick start tutorial to ePSXe, brought to you by Newt Gaming. Thank you for watching.